Good morning everyone. Welcome back to JMG Chess Series, Scandinavian Defense. Today, let's analyze one of the amazing games in the Scandinavian opening. We know that Tiviakov applied many Scandinavian games in the high-class chess tournament, especially with Gata Kamsky, Anand, Mamijarov, Karjakin, and most of them give Tiviakov a slight advantage. We know that if we play Scandinavian defense, especially to the high-class chess players, we need thoroughly preparation and you need conviction. As I said in my previous video, if you want to beat a chess grandmaster, you must have strong conviction in yourself. Then, next is preparation. Just like Tiviakov did. Without further ado, let's go now to the game. Gata Kamsky played e4, d5, e takes d5, queen takes d5, knight c3, queen d6. Now we focus on queen d6 variation than queen a5 or queen d8. d4, knight f6, bishop c4. Before bishop c4, Kamsky used half an hour to play this move. But other grandmaster, knight f3, the main line and the normal move. a6. c6 is alternative. Knight f3, bishop g4. Actually, I played this in the blitz game in the chess.com. Very effective. But I prefer b5 in the tournament. h3, that is normal in the Scandinavian defense. h3 after bishop h5, g4, just like Anand did in Laucher. That gives Anand victorious game. Bishop h5, g4, bishop g6, knight e5. That is normal in this opening. Knight c6. I like this move. This one is very interesting and provocative because the knight at e5 is very powerful. That's why you need immediately challenge the knight at e5. Knight takes g6, capturing the strong bishop at g6. H takes g6, bishop e3. This one is the obvious move because it gives black an immediate equal position. And after this move, white start experiencing problem. The correct is g5 because g5 saves the g pawn. e5, the breakthrough. After this move, the position is equal. d5, that is novelty. Knight a5. This one is more okay than retreating. Queen e2. If retreating bishop e2, black can go to his plan, castle, and capturing the pawn at d5. That is his target, the pawn at d5. Castle, queen d2, knight takes d5, castle. And at this point, white has some compensation, but pawn is a pawn. After queen e2, knight takes c4. That is the simplest because queen b4, bishop b3, Queen takes g4, h takes g4, rook takes h1, king d2, rook takes a1 is okay for black. But knight c4 is the simplest. No need to complicate the position. Queen takes c4, b5. And the queen cannot protect both d5 pawn and g4 pawn. Either one of them can easily pick up by black. Queen d3. If queen c6, queen takes c6, d takes c6, then knight takes g4. And the c6 pawn is overextended. After queen d3, knight takes g4, castle, knight f6. And knight takes e3 is okay. f4, a very strong move because the king stranded in the center. And white needs an immediate attack for compensate for his lost pawn. Otherwise, if black can develop and the one pawn becomes solid, e takes f4. Actually, this move is dubious. Fritz 9 suggested that castle queenside, which gives black a large advantage. Knight e4, knight takes e4, queen takes e4, bishop e7 as normal move because this move gives black a option to castle either king side or queen side. King d7 is a dubious move. Bishop d4. And bishop d4 is a dubious one. The normal bishop takes f4 leads to black advantage also. Rook h4. And exchanging of queen exhausted white attack and gives black a slight advantage. After bishop takes d6, rook takes e4, bishop takes c7, king d7. The king is well placed on d7, blocking the d5 pawn. And the rook can go to h8 to attack the weak h3 pawn. And black has advantage. After bishop d4, f5, queen f3, castle. Now black king goes to safer square. Bishop takes g7. This one is a dubious move. But again, black has advantage anymore. If rook he1, planning to go to e6 and capturing the pawn at a6, black can respond bishop h4. Bishop e5, if rook e6, queen takes d5. Queen d7, rook e2, then g5. Black keeps his material advantage. After bishop takes g7, rook hg8, bishop c3, b4, bishop e1, g5. This one is a bad move, but black was planning to roll the pass pawns. Pass pawn must be pushed, but the f5 become target. Then queen d3. Rook gf8 protecting the pawn at f5. Bishop f2. King b7. Rook he1. Now the white pieces activated. Bishop f6, queen f3. This one is a bad move The good try is queen c4. The threat is bishop c5. Rook f e8. Moving out in the f8 to a3 diagonal. Bishop c5. Queen d7. This one is better variation than what happened in the game. And white can capture the b pawn. But black has a slight advantage because of the kingside pass pawn. After queen f3, which is a bad move, rook fe8. Again, we need to control the e file. Rook f1. Rook e4. This one is a good move and very useful for black. And black now has a full control in the e file. King b1, queen e5, queen b3, a5, c3, queen d6, a3, rook a8. Interesting because of a4 and b takes a3. A takes b4, a takes b4, rook fe1, rook ae8, and c4, rook takes e1, bishop takes e1. If rook takes e1, rook takes e1, bishop takes e1, queen b6, and black kingside pass pawn has decisive effect. After bishop takes e1, rook e2. The threat is rook takes b2. Bishop takes b4, queen b6, c5, queen b5, c6, king b8. There is a hidden trap in c6 because king c8 is blunder. d6, c takes d6, queen g8, and the position is equal. But after the king b8, a winning move, d6, rook takes b2, queen takes b2, bishop takes b2, d7, then bishop f6, preventing the pawn to promote. And the bishop is pinned. After this move, Kamsky resigned because the black can easily pick up the bishop and roll the pass pawn. I hope that you learned something today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends and others. Thank you and have a nice day.